Hello everyone, my name is Lauren Barrick, and today I will be talking about the Mayflower in 1620, and I hope that you enjoyed as much as I have the research. It brought back memories of grade school. So we're going to start off today by doing a question. Please write down the answer to the question, and we'll see if you get it right at the end. So the question that we're going to start with is, why did the people want to leave Britain and come to a new land? A, they did not want to pay the taxes on tea and other goods. B, they were seeking religious freedom. C, they were seeking freedom of speech. Or D, seeking business opportunities. Okay, let's go to the next question. And once again, make sure that you write this down in a safe place so that we can go over it at the end of the presentation. So the next one is, how was the voyage funded? Where did they get this money? This would be a very expensive trip. A, each passenger paid a high fare. Or B, England funded the voyage. C, they were able to receive a loan. All right, I hope that you were able to record your answers for that. Now we're going to start with a video to kind of start out and get your mind thinking about the Mayflower and hopefully bring back some memories. So here we go. All right. I hope that as we go through this presentation that you will be able to think about what it would be like to live on the Mayflower yourself. And if your family had to go on the Mayflower right now, if we were to make a trip to England on a big boat in 1620, what would it be like? What would it feel like? So I broke down the information in when, how, what, where, and why. And I want you to really think about how that would look in your life. Okay, so we're going to start with the when. So when did this happen? The Mayflower set sail on September 16th in 1620, and it was a 66-day voyage. Imagine that, 66 days on a boat in a rocky sea where you cannot see land. In every direction you can see water. And majority of the trip, they had to stay underneath the boat in a dark cabin because it was not safe for them to be up on the upper deck because it was so slippery because of the water that was crashing up there because the sea was so treacherous and so rough. So why? Why did these people want to go on a boat for 66 days? What was the purpose? Well, in 1620 there wasn't airplanes, so they had to get there somehow. So they did have to take a boat, but why would they want to make this journey? So 35 of what we call the Pilgrims now belong to the radical English separative church. They traveled to America to escape the Church of England. They wanted to be able to have religious freedom. And something that I found really interesting that I did not know previously was that this is not the first time that they fled. The first time that they fled was to Holland. They fled to Holland seeking religious freedom, but they did not, they were dissatisfied with the culture, the way that their children were growing up like they were raised in Holland and didn't have some of the same traditions that they had growing up in Britain and in England. And so they wanted their kids to have those experiences and those traditions and that culture. So the interesting thing is they still wanted to remain under British rule, but yet they were seeking religious freedom. That was the freedom that they were seeking, and that's why this trip was important to them. But a group that I did not know about also that took this trip is 70 entrepreneurs. 70 entrepreneurs that I've never heard about before. I don't know about you. But they made this journey because their job was to make sure that the colony would be successful economically. Now, why would this be important to them? Why would these people care that it was important that it would succeed economically? I want you to think about that for a second, and it's going to come up again in a minute, and that question will be answered. Now, where did this take place? What happened? So the Mayflower left Plymouth, England, and landed in Massachusetts. Was this the original plan? No, it was not. The original plan was for them to go to Virginia and to start a colony there. But because the seas were so rocky, it knocked their boat off a course. Imagine that. Imagine being that captain and having to navigate those waters and make it across. They did pretty good. They got to Massachusetts. So who was on this boat? Who was crazy enough to take this journey? 102 passengers. Half of the passengers were religious. We talked about that. And the other half were entrepreneurs. We talked about that. All right. And how? How did they do this financially? This would cost a ton of money. So the London Adventurers backed this financially. And that they're a company, and they promised this because they were promised a huge amount of the colony's profit. And so they wanted that profit, and the entrepreneurs that went, they were part of this company to make sure that they would succeed economically. That was why they went. So how? Think about this. 100 plus people, no bathrooms, no showers, in this dark under cabinet of the boat. What would that be like? Think about that. They also, to make it even worse, brought animals aboard. Now, why would they bring animals? They brought cows and pigs and dogs and cats, or a cat. They brought those animals so that when they got there, they had farm animals. They had something to live on and to make. So, and to start being able to live and to have life. Now, the cat was not a pet, but it was to kill the mice on the boat. The dog was a pet, though. It was not an easy journey. They tried this journey 2 times before it was successful on smaller ships, but they were not able to make it across the rocky road, the rocky ocean. So, we are back at our questions. Let's see if you got it right. Why did the people want to leave Britain and come to a new land? The one that is the most right is B, And D. Good job. All right. Now let's do the next one. How was the voyage funded? All right. And the correct answer is C. All right. And here is our references. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.